Okay guys, I'm back here with another Star Wars build, and I don't think this is actually in Star Wars, but it's kind of like my take at adding a Star Wars-esque ship to the Star Wars universe. I feel like this should be a thing in Star Wars if it isn't already. I haven't seen where this type of build has been, but it's what I'm calling a V-Wing. Now, this build may look very familiar, and that is with good reason, because what I've done is I basically modified Wasted's Rapier, and I got right behind it Wasted's Rapier. As you can see, the designs are very similar. Mine is a bit longer. I made it a bit longer by one block. I've moved the conveyors, added mods to it, tucked a lot of key components deep inside, and made it more protected. Same basic design, same basic concept. However, vastly different. Just really different build all around. And I think you can see that there's a lot of differences to it. And mine go to and from space. It functions in both his own atmosphere. Mine has got firepower at the wazoo. It's much more protected, much more tucked in than his is. As you can see. It's just, you can see there's a lot of differences to them. And enough so to where I felt like I could do a video of my own version of his rapier. And I'm calling it a V-Wing because it looks like a V-Wing. If you look at it from this view, it looks like a V. It looks like a V. So that's the reason why I'm calling it a V-Wing. And it's enough different from Wasted that I think it deserves its own video made by me, since I'm the one who made the modifications to it. But I got the original design from him. I just heavily modified it and altered it. So let's get into it. I got a couple of blasters right here on it. Turrets using the twin blaster mod, so that way you have some automated defense for any like enemies that pop behind your sword. This is unlike the other three from Star Wars. This is meant to be an air superiority fighter. It's meant to take out other fighters. The end. It's more nimble than an A-Wing. It has more weapons on it than the A-Wing or X-Wing, but no rockets. That's because it's not meant to use rockets, it's meant to be air superiority. I got enough different weapons on it where I can easily take care of stuff. Well, let's go ahead and press tab. See, got everything you would need to do ammo counts. And as you can see, it's got the same speed. It's about the same speed as a A-Wing, but not. See, I've got two of the cannons, and they're right there, closely knit together. As long as you're aimed at it, you're going to hit it. Then I have some of these, which are rapid fire. You can even turn one of these to shoot automatically, and you can shoot the other one yourself to really lay some spray. Then I have a single laser in the front. A little bit slower, but it's more accurate because it's directly in the center, lined up with the cockpit. So it's going to be a more accurate gun, therefore slower as well. Then of course you have your turrets on automatic. So that is pretty much the layout of the gun. So now, like I do with every one of my ships that I build that are made this way, I'm going to show you going into the atmosphere and leaving again. Because I know that's such a thing that's really hard to believe sometimes, but I've managed to do it using this thruster combination. And you just got to do it just right. And I've got a bigger build I'm going to show you guys eventually that does the same thing, and it's a large ship. And I've tested it using creative, making it 86 million kilograms. So, and it can still leave the atmosphere. But I've had to put a lot more thrust on it. It's a big, heavy armored galleon, and your guys are gonna love it when you finally see it. It's not completed yet, but it will be soon enough. I tested out some of the early versions of it, and I'm wanting to add a few more jump drives and so forth, because in space, to go along on the server back and forth, it needs more. It just needs more. That simple. So I'm still working on it somewhat, but once it's done, I'll show it. You guys know that. And here we come in. And slow down just a little bit. Turn on atmospherics. Just like that, we're in the atmosphere, no problems. It hovers just fine with its little tiny jets. And here's the cool thing that I've done. It can hover completely. No matter which direction it is, it can hover in atmosphere. That was my whole point. I wanted this thing to be super nimble and agile, to where you didn't have to worry about facing the right way up. So let's go ahead and head this on back out to space. Proof of concept. It works. You can leave. No problem. Now, as far as locking, I don't think I have any mag locks on this thing. Yeah, this one you're not going to be able to lock into place quite yet. I haven't figured out a way to actually do any type of locking feature on this that works. You can add those yourself if you come up with something that you like. But for me, this works. I don't really need it. I have the reloading point, and I can just park it, land it, and let it go. This is mostly a base fighter. It's made to protect bases from other aircraft. It's an air superiority thing. If you want to travel it on a carrier, you'll have to come up with some way to lock it down. But I'll leave that up to you in your own personal game and whatever mod you're using at the time. Let's quickly get back to space base. And I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Just landing it and not worrying about it. Slow down. I love the slowdown speed of this. It's so nice. But yeah, I'll leave a link to Wasted's Rapier, which was the inspiration for this. Heavily inspired. You could even say I just basically modified his. But it's a lot of modifying done to it. Enough so to why I feel like it's partially my build now. This one is anyways. Because this is a far cry different than what he had originally intended for it. But I was inspired by his build originally, so you just lay it down, turn off everything. That simple. You know, just sit there. As you can see, size comparison, it is a lot smaller than the A-Wing. It is bare bones, just what you need to go to get around. And because of this, it's extremely fast, and you can take it any direction and it will hover, and I love that. So anyways, guys, if you like this video, like this concept, like the video, and subscribe to the ship on Workshop. Later.